Many years ago, I came across a few lines in a book that I connected with. They were, "It's easy to judge, but you never know another person's heart, what gives them strength and what breaks them down." I have learned to listen more and speak less. The result has been eye-opening conversations and inspirational moments that I have shared with you right here. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Crystal Newman and we are on location at the beautiful Kampala Sheraton Hotel. With me today I have a personality who you know in so many different areas of the media, and I'm so looking forward to delving into his life. Now, this episode of Crystal One-on-One is brought to you by Rook Telcom. Make sure you take advantage of their Rook Plus packages. Remember, it's free from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day, and weekends as well. You will not be charged for what you use. Welcome to the show, DJ Bush Baby.
Thank you very much.
I think most people call you Bush now.
Pleasure is all mine. You know, when you called me, I was like, okay, Crystal, what does she want to talk about? Like what is it?
Serious?
Like what is it? Like
how is it? I keep finding this. You have so much experience.
Really?
Such a story, but because you're living in it,
yes,
you don't actually see, like, I mean, I have to know what this journey is about.
Okay.
So tell me, you were born Michael.
I was born Michael Omundu.
Omundu.
Yeah, Michael Omundu. But I didn't like the name Omundu.
Okay.
Because the time Omundu means gun in my mother tongue.
Really?
So I was born in the 70s. Uganda was in turmoil and stuff and things like that. So kids used to make fun of me at school.
Right.
So I came back home and it had a very funny effect on my esteem.
Yes, your confidence.
Yeah. Yes, my confidence. So I told my parents, I don't like the name. Can I choose another name? Now my dad is called Award.
Okay.
And they told me, okay, we're gonna give you two names. There's a name that your grandfather gave you before he died. It's a Misach, like Misach Semakula. And then I'm going to give you another option, which is mine, which is Award. So you choose. So I chose Award.
Okay.
So right now I'm officially known as Michael Award Benjamin.
Okay.
That's on my ID, my passport, my driving license, everything, all my...
When you said Omundu, I was like, oh,
Yes.
I don't know this.
Yes.
So who gave you that name? Did you ever find out?
Omundu.
Yes.
Omundu was a cousin to my grandfather.
So you were named after someone
Yeah,
else in
we
the
have those
family.
things, you know, where we keep certain traditions going on. Yeah.
How old were you when you had this conversation with your parents?
I was probably in P1.
Wow.
About 6.
Okay.
5 years. Yeah. Yeah.
So you'd gone to school, you'd experienced it, and you're like, I'm
I
not
was
going
like,
for this.
no, this name, no. I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show, really.
I'm excited. I'm
you
thrilled.
were-
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Yes.
So you were born in Uganda, were you born here?
Yes. I was born in Entebbe Grade A Hospital,
Okay.
which was recently taken over by the State House, I think.
Yes.
They're trying to renovate it, and I think
And manage COVID-19
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there.
So I was born in Entebbe, raised in Entebbe. My parents worked in Entebbe. My father worked at the government printers around State House, the first government printing press. It's around State House.
Okay.
So we lived in Entebbe up to about, I think, 79. I was born in 1975. So we lived in there up to about 78, 79 when Idi Amin gets kicked out of Uganda. And then we went back to Toro, the village. We hibernated for some time. Things are settled a bit, and then we came back to town. When we came back, of course, buildings had been bombed, and you know,
there was so much devastation.
Exactly, yeah. So we got another house in Entebbe. If you've been to Entebbe, as you're approaching Entebbe, there's Total, Shell, and then there's the forget the highway that takes you to the airport.
Yeah, with that inner road, are we
Yes.
talking about that one? Mm.
Yeah, exactly. The very first house.
Right there.
Yes, opposite the market. That was our house.
Okay.
Yeah, that was our house. So we lived there up to 1990. 1990, I did my S1 in my P7 in St. Teresa's primary school in Entebbe. 91, I went to S1, Manjasi High School. I was there for 1 year. It was one of those rebel schools, if you if you've heard of Mwiri.
Where boys are striking.
Exactly,
and,
boys are striking and stuff, and unfortunately, the ringleader of the strike, we shared a name with the guy, so my name was blacklisted.
No.
You understand?
Just because you shared a name.
Exactly, and my father, being the kind of person he is, he's been an absentee. You know, yeah, kind of father. He was like, no, we shall get another school.
Okay.
So I left Manjasi High School after 1 term. It really hurt me. I'll probably be a professor or something. I don't know, but
Did you really like it?
yeah, I liked it. I liked it. So from Manjasi, I came to St. Peter's SS in Zambia here. I did my S4 there. From there, I went to Gombe SS. Man, they used to cane Chiboko there. It was a Muslim school, eh?
I remember hearing the stories.
Yes, yeah. So I went to Gombe SS. Gombe, I didn't finish my S5 because of that. Around between S2 and S4, the music bag sort of hit me. You know, I had a group. You know Gabriel Kakuru, the guy who runs Brand Active?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes, he was my bandmate.
Oh.
Yes, so we used to sing together. We're like
And this is S2.
at school, yes.
Okay.
So we're like the first a cappella group in Uganda. If you remember people like Linda Bazalachi, those are our managers, Shanks JVD, and you know, guys like that. And then I got expelled from Gombe SS because we escaped very early in the morning to come to Chibuli to meet Moses Matovu of a Frigo Band. We had a recording session. We had a recording session.
You ran away from school to come and record.
Yes, like at 4. And it was a very bad time. There was a rebel activity at that time. There was a renegade general called Itongwa at that time. And it was based around in PG area. So we left school at about 4 a.m. As we were, you know, sloping. The askari said, "Hey, mukomeo, baba itaga, you've been spotted." So we were taking the headmaster. The guy was like, "What's wrong with you guys?" We're like, "We don't like the school. You guys overcane people here. You're too strict, and you understand it." The guys were like, "Okay, you want to go back home? Okay, fine." He called the assembly, and then we were indefinitely suspended.
Okay.
After that, I joined City High School. City High School is where I did my S6 from. After my S6, I joined Uganda Management Institute, and I think I was among the last, were among the last journalism class, mass comm class. There were Zimbabweans, Zambians, Kenyans. I don't think they still offer that course there anymore right now. Maybe virtually or online, I don't know. But I remember we were the last batch.
So you were studying journalism. Were you still pushing your music at
Exactly,
the same time?
exactly. At City High, you know that field that's between City High and Kololo?
Yes.
Kololo SS?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we would go there and, you know, polish our vocals. I remember there were groups like Drew Hill, Silk, Shy, Boys to Men, and, you know, we used to imitate these guys. We went for music contests and things
So
like.
how many were you?
We were a quintet. We were 5.
You're 5. Are you still
That's
in touch
5,
with
eh?
them?
Yes, I'm in touch with Gabriel. His back is actually, he sings. You've seen billboards around,
Yes,
eh?
yes, yes.
There's another guy called Walter Geria. He got married and I think he went to, Asia. There's another guy called Solomon who became a pastor. There's another guy called Paul who went to Congo. He does IT and stuff. There's another guy called Becca. I lost touch with him. You understand, eh? So, yeah, and then immediately after my S6, I got to UMI. I did internship at Radio 1 under the stewardship of Dennis Matanda.
Oh yes, I
Remember Dennis Matanda?
Dennis
Yeah,
Matanda.
Dennis Matanda, yeah. So he trained me how, you know, play around with my voice, voice projection, how to not pronounce words, read ads. I made some small money. And after that, we were, okay, from Entebbe, we moved to Bugolobi Flats, like my entire teenage.
So you were in Bugolobi Flats.
Bugolobi, yeah, block 31 precisely.
Do you ever go back there and get like that wave of
Yeah,
nostalgia?
like I feel bad. Like you have to go in and sign a book, and then the whole place is fenced off, and you know.
And before you were walking around freely, moving freely.
Exactly, you know, chasing girls and things like that. So.
I wanted to ask you like about your siblings.
Yes.
Because you're telling me, you know, you went through school. It sounds like you could speak up for yourself. At school, at least. What about at home?
At home, no. Here's what happened. My mom passed on in 1983. And when she passes on, my maternal relatives and paternal, like, they had a fight over us.
Over the children?
Yeah. They were like, no, these are our kids, you know, we want to take care of them and blah, 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 blah. Then the guys on our mother's side sort of won the battle.
Okay.
So we ended up living with them. Of course, they were much well off, and they took care of us. And I mean, we can't complain. I'm what I am today because of, you know.
So does that explain why your dad was an absentee dad as well?
Exactly, yes. So he came to Kampala. I didn't see him for about over 10 years, I think. Now, there's this auntie of mine who's a sister to, she also passed on, a sister to my father. She went to India to study. Then when she came back, she was like, hey, Ben, where are the kids? At that time, my father was living at, we had a house at Buganda Road. There's opposite CPS. We had a house there. From Bugolobi, we moved Buganda Road. So I was like, where are the kids, man? These are our kids. I mean, this is your DNA, blood. I mean, so she came and she brought us back from Entebbe, took us to Bugolobi. Now in Bugolobi,
to protect yourself from the COVID-19 global pandemic, here are some of the measures you can take to help prevent the spread of the virus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Practice social distancing. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Cough and sneeze into your elbow or a tissue and then throw it away. And if you display any symptoms, stay at home and call the Ministry of Health hotline 0800-100-066 or 0800-203-033. Also, to renew your Roke Internet subscription, please use our digital payment channels, MasterCard or Visa, agent banking, or dial *252#. Stay home, stay safe, stay connected with Roke Internet.
Roke Telco.
brought us back from Entebbe, took us to Bugolobi. Now in Bugolobi.
So in that time when you're now in Bugolobi, you're now with your dad?
No, my dad was living here.
Okay.
With another Chana.
Okay.
With another Chana. So now my auntie became my guardian.
Okay, so you're with your auntie.
Yeah, and of course she was a single woman, but she had kids.
And was that you and all your siblings? How many are you?
We are 5.
Okay.
2 boys. I have a step brother. I have a sister who's like my follower. Then I have two other young ones. So where were we?
Now you were staying with her. So
yeah,
you went and stayed
exactly.
with her.
Now I was the only boy.
Ah, okay.
At that time. So you can imagine being a lady who's never raised a boy.
And these were the teenage
Now
years.
picture this, Bugolobi Flats. I love nature. I love nature. I like growing plants and stuff and whatever. I used to grow banana plantations in the balcony, bring in trees and whatever, bring dogs in the house, and literally, I almost literally drove the woman mad. You understand, eh?
So you'd pick like puppies and bring them home?
Yes,
In the flats?
in the flats. In the flats. Then eventually she gave birth to a boy, but I think through the experience of raising me, I think she knew how to go about it. Now after my S6, and then she hooked me up with the UMI. She told me, you know what? I think it's about time you bounced. Yeah, you have beards now. You're you're a grown man. And I was doing internship at Radio One.
Yes.
But at the same time, I had a semi-permanent job at Radio Uganda.
You actually kind of started out at Radio
Yeah,
Uganda, would
Green
you say?
Channel. Yeah, Green Channel, which is now I think Magic. Yeah, Magic. I was earning 20,000, 20K.
Wow.
We used to line up. I had a state house badge, so we used to go to Bank of Uganda for payment and stuff. My rent was I think 2,000 shillings at that time. It was a single Solent Avenue.
I'm
Yeah.
just even trying to imagine it.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So while there, I made a few friends, a few connections here and there. There's some friends who work for BBC, DW, Voice of America. One of them is called Siraji Kalyango. The other one is called Isaac Mumena. I think he still works for BBC. So he told me, hey, Michael, one random evening, I walked from Buya and I came to the station. It had rained. He told me, hey, Michael, by the way, there's Cheyo in TZ. There's a guy who wants to open up a radio station, and he's looking for guys. I was like, hook me up. Now, there's a very funny story. At Radio Uganda, there was in the engineering department, there was those phones that you
Like this.
yes, those ones there. It was like the official booth for Kampala. Like if you wanted to call somebody in London, somebody in New York, wherever.
So everyone knew there was that
Exactly.
hookup.
Yes. So that phone call came through that arrangement. So the
Okay.
guy said, but they said they're going to call on such and such a day. And I waited the whole day, they never called. Second day, they called. So when they called, they were like, okay, we are in Mwanza, we are a media house, we are called Sahara Communications. We would like to start up a channel and we are looking for talent. Are you willing to come? I was like, why not? They're like, how soon can you come? I was like, anytime. Did I even have a passport? I didn't.
But
Something
you're like, I can do this.
yeah, like I can do this. So I got my dad. My dad at that time
Did you
had
speak Swahili?
no.
Okay.
So at that time, my dad was running a security firm. He was among the pioneers of private security entities, Nkrumah Road. So I tell the guy, look here, I've received a hookup in TZ, and I want to go and see what happens. The guy's like, just a young guy wasting time, and Then I was like, okay, so how do I get a passport? How do I travel? Then I realized there's a lady here, an Asian lady at Diamond Trust. She's still there.
Okay.
Okay. I went and I took passport.
You know what? I remember going
Yes,
there.
yes.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes, for pictures.
Yeah, pictures. And they used to develop those negatives in Nairobi, like it would take like 2 weeks. So I took that. Then I remembered that my late auntie used to travel to TZ by water. The cargo ship through Port Bell to
Through
Mwanza.
Port Bell,
Yes. So I went to Port Bell. There were dudus at that time, not taxis. They were called dudus. Remember dudus? So I took one. I made inquiries, and the chick told me, no, come with a what is it? Some small money and a passport size photograph. Within hours, after 2 weeks, of course, after developing the picture, yeah, I had my temporary pass.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went back home. I told guys, I'm bouncing.
I'm off.
I'm off.
Okay.
I'm off. I'm bouncing. So At
Was
about
there anyone that you were talking to, like who was advising you at that point?
no, other than my friends
At Radio
at
Uganda.
Radio Uganda, nobody else. My sisters cried, guys cried, like, why are you leaving? Well, now what's gonna happen? I was naive, I was young, but I was ambitious. You understand? Eh? But also, this whole thing of unemployment today, youth unemployment today, didn't just start today.
Yeah.
It began,
Even then.
yeah, even then. So we tried looking for jobs, man. Things were tight. There were days of Musolo. You heard of Musolo? There was Musolo. It was called what? Graduated tax? Where
they would arrest people
Exact-
and just grab
exactly,
you.
yes. So we used to come from Bugolobi to town in turns. Like you'd use my card to come to town and then that kind of thing. So there were no jobs.
Right,
You understand?
right.
So anyway, I at about 5 p.m. I grabbed my things. I had a cousin brother whom I left my single room with. I told him, fully furnished, take it, do whatever you want.
I'm out.
I'm out. I take the Dudu, I go to Port Bell, I board the cargo ship, I think it was MV Kawa. It was about 2 p.m. I sit on that bloody thing, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are loading, it was a cargo ship. At about 7, we set off. Now we set off, I remember that time, there was an influx of TZ students in Uganda at that time, and they were going back, I think, for holidays.
Oh, okay.
So they knew me. They were like, "Oh, you're Michael of Green Channel. We love your show." Blah 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 blah. So I made a few friends.
Okay.
So we set off 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We're in the middle of nowhere, Lake Victoria. I can't see an island.
And it's dark.
I break down and I start crying. I'm like, okay, what's the plan? What am I like?
I think it finally hit you.
Yes, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, guys were kind enough. They bought me some food. Then somehow
So you didn't even have any money?
I didn't have nothing, just like a rucksack and my paper, the travel document. So anyway, I black out. When I black out, I woke up at about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. we began seeing some rocks, the shores. So I told those guys, I asked those guys, is that Mwanza? Is that, yeah, that's Mwanza. It's 10, but I think we shall be there at 2.
Okay.
Because the thing moves really, it sails
Really
really
slow.
slowly. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I get to Mwanza, I got my hosts,
Found your way?
very hospitable people.
Oh, okay.
They took me to the office, gave me some pocket money, booked me up in a very nice posh hotel. I took a nap, and then the Don, he was a minister in Mkapa's
Yes.
government at that time, Benjamin Mkapa. He was a minister. He came in the evening in some nice fancy ride. He told me, "Oh, welcome, Swahili, karibu, welcome to Mwanza." Then he took me to the station. Now the company is called Sahara Communications. They own Radio Free Africa. They own Star, and then they owned a channel that was only broadcasting Voice of America. You understand? So the guy took me around. It was my first time to see what they call the state-of-the-art studio. So the guy gave me a tour and everything. Now me, I had auditioned for a morning show.
Okay.
I thought I was going to do a morning show. So the guy tells me now, here's the channel. It runs Voice of America 24/7. I want it profiled and programmed. I was like, you're kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, you're kidding. He's like, yeah, make it happen. I was like, okay, let me see what to do. There were 4 floors. The TV was up, I think the newsroom, and then there was a common room down. I came down, I called my sister. I told her, guess what just happened? I came here I auditioned for a morning show, and they've given me a whole station to run.
Just like
Just like that. You understand? She was like, but you can do it. I said, fine. So I got my notes, my books, I carried my my books and stuff. I went back to my hotel room. I profiled the station. I did everything, the programming and everything. But then I hit a snag. I realized guys don't speak English in TZ.
Exactly.
So I called the honorable. I'm like, hey, chief, I've done everything. You can come and take a look at what I've written. He was super impressed. But I have a problem. You only speak Kiswahili, and yet you want me to set up an English broadcasting, platform. I was
Yes.
like, no, bring in guys. You import. Bring in guys.
What?
So I got some guys from Power FM. Power had just begun at that time. I got in a guy I think called Joshua from Monitor FM at that time. In total, I think I imported 16 Ugandans.
Right.
Okay? So I bring them to Mwanza. This is now 98, 99. So we start the channel. We named it Kiss FM. It became the bomb. The first English broadcasting platform, radio station in Tanzania. It still exists. And it was national. Like national, the frequency was national. Forget these things of you're in Mpiji where no, it was national. So guys in there were like, man, who are these guys? Who are these guys? Guys in Arusha were like, man, who are these guys?
You're speaking English.
English, man. Guys in Moshi were like, man, who are these guys? So fast forward, the millennium happens, 2001. I receive a phone call from a guy called Rodney Mutie Mengi. Rodney Mutie Mengi is the founder of EATV
Yes.
and radio. Very young guy, brilliant, smart. So like, hi, is this Bush? He had an accent. Is this Bush? I'm like, yeah. I like your vibe. My name is so-and-so. I'm calling you from Dar es Salaam. I'm trying to set up a regional, media network, and I feel like, you make a good, addition to the team. Would you mind, come? I was like, yeah. When do you want me to come? Because like even now I can send you an air ticket. I had never
Flown before that?
before that. So I was like, okay, can we do it tomorrow? He said, okay, so tomorrow just go to the airport. You'll find your air ticket. You fly to Mwanza, Precision Air. You understand, eh? So I fly to Dar es Salaam. Oh, beautiful city. Nice chicks, half caste, man, the Indian Ocean, the sandy white beaches and everything. It's a beautiful town, man.
Yes, it is.
But the language, Swahili. So anyway, he picks me up, takes me to the hotel, and then he tells me, I'm not going to negotiate with you.
Okay.
Okay? I'm just going to give you a piece of paper. Fill in what you want.
Aha!
Yes. It was like a 5-pager, I think. I didn't even read. I just filled in the number. I remember it was the equivalent of about 17 million shillings back then.
Back then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The equivalent, 17 million Ugandan shillings. I was young. You can imagine, eh? So I began work. No, okay. After signing the contract, I came back to Mwanza.
Yes.
Now, when I came back to Mwanza, word had gone around because now remember I had become a household name in TZ. My name was all over. They call them daradalas, eh? We call them mathrees in Nairobi, but we call them taxis here.
Yeah.
My names were like I was branded all over the place, like I was a huge star. And Mwanza had become too small for me. So word had gone around that no, this guy
Already moving.
is moving the other side. So the honorable was not happy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because you hadn't even spoken to him. you
Exactly,
just-
yes. So I told him, you know what? I need to go back home and fix a few things, then I come back. I escaped, ship again, came back. When I came back, I took a bus through Namanga, okay, Kenya, Busia, Namanga. When he heard I was in there, he chopped a wire. First of all, I had his work permit, okay? He was a loaded guy. He said, I'm going to show this guy. So I go on air after signing my contract. This is now East Africa Radio before EATV. I go on air. After my first link, immigration walks in. We are looking for this guy. Are you the one? Yes, please come with us. I was detained for like a whole day.